often say that Alberta's government is laser focused on economic growth and job creators in our province, and our efforts to attract investment to Alberta have a record of success that proves that. And that's true of every industry, including energy. Markets across the globe want cleaner energy sources to reduce emissions, and Alberta can deliver them. Getting Alberta energy to global markets will lift the standards of living of billions of people who live in different degrees of energy poverty. But we will not be doing this alone. Indigenous participation and leadership is vital to these projects. It's a critical piece of working towards economic reconciliation. In Alberta, we are proud to encourage and facilitate Indigenous participation through the Alberta Indigenous Opportunities Corporation. Historically, Indigenous peoples have been overlooked and underserved in our economy, but we are determined to change that. In 2019, we created the Alberta Indigenous Opportunity Corporation with a loan guarantee capacity of $1 billion. This past spring, during the election campaign, we committed to at least double the AIOC's loan guarantee capacity to $2 billion. Today, I am very pleased to announce that we are expanding the Alberta Indigenous Opportunity Corporation's loan guarantee capacity to $3 billion. We are tripling the level of support this Crown Corporation can provide. This is about Alberta continuing to lead the country in economic and social reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. Our goal in creating the corporation was to backstop Indigenous investment in major projects for the purpose of creating enduring streams of revenue for their communities. By providing loan guarantees, the AOC helps to increase the amount of money that Indigenous businesses and communities can borrow while also reducing the cost of borrowing. This empowers Indigenous communities to invest in major economic development projects, not just in energy, but also major agriculture, telecommunications, transportation, and related infrastructure. Over the past 4 years, AOC has supported more than $500 million worth of investments, benefiting nearly 30 Indigenous communities across our province. Earlier this month, we raised the AIOC cap to $2 billion effective immediately, and that cap will rise again to $3 billion in 2024-25. The level of investment support the AIOC offers was already unparalleled in Canada, and now we are unleashing even more potential. And Alberta is determined to continue to find new ways to expand Indigenous participation in the economy and empower First Nations and Métis communities to be our partners in prosperity. Rick and Shanna, thank you so much to both of you for your diligent work and your passion. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the exciting investments the AIOC will be able to support in the future. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Minister Rick Wilson to elaborate on our work here. Minister.
Thank you, Premier Smith, and thanks for joining us, Shanna, and Chief Cody Thomas as well. I'm so delighted that this increases the level of support for the AIOC and what it can provide through low-risk loan guarantees. The potential is tremendous, and this builds on the incredible work that Shanna and the AIOC have already done to support Indigenous investment. You know, they just closed a deal that provided a $103 million loan guarantee to 5 Indigenous communities, making it possible for them to acquire a 43% stake in the Access NGL pipeline system. And just last year, the AIOC backstopped one of the largest Indigenous energy investments ever, a deal worth more than $1 billion. These loan guarantees come at no cost to government, thanks to the AIOC's rigorous review process. We've got a lot of projects getting ready to take off, and I'm looking forward to more major announcements in the very near future. As the Premier mentioned, the AIOC is breaking down barriers. The Federal Indian Act doesn't enable First Nations to use their land as collateral. Now, this makes it very difficult and hard for them to borrow money for some of these projects. By providing these loan guarantees, the AIOC helps create those opportunities that didn't exist before. And boy, has it ever made a game changer for Indigenous economic inclusion. Including Indigenous people in every level of the economy is a huge part of our push towards economic reconciliation. Economic reconciliation is a vital way to support healthy, safe, and sustainable Indigenous communities. It's about improving social outcomes through economic growth, it's about creating good jobs, and it's about enhancing livelihoods. Now, we're doing that through many partner programs, and we've increased the momentum this year. With Budget 2023, we expanded what we call the ABIF program. It's our Aboriginal Business Investment Fund by 50%. That's increasing its annual grant funding from $5 million to $7.5 million. This program gives money to Indigenous businesses and organizations for important development projects. Since 2014, it's supported more than 75 projects and created more than 650 permanent jobs. We also created the Indigenous Reconciliation Initiative and the Community Support Fund, two new grant programs for this year. Between these two programs, we're providing $7 million a year in grants to support community-led projects that are going to make a huge difference. And we also have the First Nations Development Fund, we call the FNDF. Now, this takes money from government-owned slot machines in First Nation casinos and gives it right back to those communities. In 23-24 alone, the FNDA is expected to provide over $150 million to support economic and social development projects across 47 First Nations. We're fully committed to being partners in prosperity with Indigenous people, and I'm always encouraged by the amazing projects that come out of these initiatives. I know big things are on the horizon, particularly now that we're expanding AIOC's capacity. Shanna shares our enthusiasm for economic reconciliation, and I know her and her team will continue to support exciting new opportunities for Indigenous communities. So I'd like to invite Shanna now, the CEO of the AIOC, to the podium. Thanks, Shanna.
Thank you, Premier Smith, Minister Wilson, and welcome, Chief Cody. This truly is a historic day. I am honored to stand before you today to highlight the transformational impact that the AIOC Loan Guarantee Program has provided for Indigenous communities in our province. Since 2019, in 4 short years, we have helped 27 Indigenous communities invest over $500 million in large-scale infrastructure projects in our province. The benefits from these programs directly impact over 61,000 people. Today is about empowering Indigenous communities. It's about making their aspirations and economic independence a reality. These increased investments benefit all Albertans. They fuel economic growth, innovation, and job creation, contributing to the overall prosperity of our province. It's about building a stronger, more inclusive, more prosperous Alberta for everyone. Just over 1 year ago, as the minister mentioned, AIOC supported 23 First Nation and Métis communities to buy just over 11% of the Enbridge Trunkline assets. It was a monumental transaction, and the world took notice. Jurisdictions from across Canada and around the globe are reaching out to find out how we are bringing reconciliation to life. Our momentum is accelerating. More and more corporations are seeing the tremendous value of truly partnering with their Indigenous neighbors, sharing the benefits and the risks of their projects. Due to restrictions in the Indian Act, these partnerships would not be possible without a government loan guarantee. With over half of our initial $1 billion loan guarantee allocation already deployed, and hopefully more to come, Minister, just a little bit more patience, I am thrilled with the announcement that the province has made to increase our loan capacity to $3 billion, an unprecedented move to be sure. Our loan guarantee program is already nationally and globally leading, and we are taking another huge step forward here today. This increase is a tangible commitment to creating a brighter future for all Albertans. Alberta is leading the way with a focus on sustainability and responsible resource development, benefiting not just our generation, but those to come. We are building a stronger Alberta together. Now I will call on Chief Cody to come and say a few words.
Hai si amantu Ogama Cody Thomas Nitsiga Suma Skegsic Ochinia. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is a profound honor to stand before you today. I'm elated by the recent expansion of loan capacity provided by Alberta's government to the Alberta Indigenous Opportunities Corporation, AIOC. This milestone represents a significant step towards realizing the principles set forth by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and its 94 calls to action. Since its inception in 2019, the AIOC has been a transformative force for Indigenous communities across our province. It has opened the door to remarkable opportunities in economic development and Indigenous engagement through its support of loan guarantees. In 2020, Enoch Cree Nation, Muskegsick, alongside 5 other First Nations, played a pivotal role in the $1.5 billion Cascade Power Project. This partnership was made possible through the AIOC loan guarantee, allowing us to actively participate in the game-changing initiative. Projects like the Cascade Power empower Indigenous communities with newfound opportunities and financial versatility, enabling us to reinvest in our communities, such as involvement in Paramount, as it not only benefits the current generation, but also paves the way for prosperity among our descendants. These initiatives stimulate economic growth, foster job creation, nurture innovation, cultivate generational wealth, which in turn enriches every facet of our province. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the Alberta government, the AIOC for the extraordinary commitment to this expansion. Potential for Indigenous inclusion in the economy is boundless, filling me with optimism for our people's future. These transformative agreements usher in diversity and boundless opportunity for Indigenous communities. Reconciliation is a journey of concrete actions, and from an economic perspective, this expansion represents a substantial stride towards a brighter future for our people. I applaud the AIOC for their remarkable work since the program's inception and eagerly anticipate the prospects and opportunities accompanying this monumental expansion. My gratitude goes out to Premier Daniel Smith and my esteemed friend, Minister Wilson, for their unwavering collaboration with Indigenous peoples in driving meaningful and impactful change for our province. To all of you gathered here today, I am genuinely thrilled about the potential that lies ahead. Together we can forge a more equitable and prosperous future for all. Aye aye.